Osimhen getting the wrong side of Smalling. Osimhen!
Life is not all about talent.
Teşekkürler. Solo GALA.
Sarı kırmızılı taraftarın sevgilisi Victor Osimhen çıkış yaptı.
Osimhen getting the wrong side of Smalling. Osimhen! That is world class!
Osimhen aangenomen. Osimhen!
Teşekkürler. Solo GALA.
It's not about hardship, if I would say. I think it's also a kind of, at the young age, someone that lost his mother at that stage. And I think when you look at things he has gone through at that stage, at the age of 10.
The childhood of Osimhen is, is someone that grown up, you understand, in a ghetto, whereby, he struggled a lot.
GALA is big, but I didn't know how big it was until I was inside. You will just have the fire in you to make sure that for every sweat that you give for the badge.
Well, I think for me, it's an honor that when a player is being recognized and he's being cheered and being valued by the fans of where he is playing, and I think.
Sarı Kırmızılılar Victor Osimhen'i artık sadece sağlık kontrollerinden geçirecek ve ıslak imzayı sözleşmesine attıracak. Osimhen geldi. Galatasaray taraftarı büyük coşku yaşıyor.
That is very close to our daughter. It's called the Olusosun community, which sits very close to the largest landfill of dump site in Africa. The Olusosun dump site receives about 10,000 tons of waste daily, and it comes with different kind of environmental challenges.
They find it difficult. Life was difficult over there. Victor will just do a dirty job just for you to give him a stipend as a reward so that he can go to training, he can have one or two things for himself. And the mom too tried her best.
Well, I think it's not about hardship, if I would say. I think it's also a kind of, at the young age, someone that lost his mother at that stage. And I think when you look at things he has gone through at that stage, at the age of 10, I think that has also shaped his character, and that has also shaped him to become what and whom he is today. And I think it's not everybody that we go through that process and eventually, becoming what he is. But I think we also, need to recognize his mental strength. We need to recognize his, the ability of Osimhen in times of, not giving up, in times of believing in himself, and in times of, taking the opportunity that was presented to him.
Had to fend for themselves and the family at every point in time. At some point, he was selling sachet water in traffic in Lagos. He was selling newspapers, selling all sorts of things just to get their lives together.
It forms you and gives you a reason to continue to fight on, to continue to do the right thing, because he doesn't want to do negative things. He doesn't want to steal. I mean, doing it legitimately, selling water, selling all manner of whatever you can think of that will bring money. I think really formed him. He wanted to be somebody in life, and this is where he is today.
Had to fend for themselves and the family at every point in time. At some point, he was selling sachet water in traffic in Lagos. He was selling newspapers, selling all sort of things just to get their lives together, until he had the time to. He couldn't even afford the time to play football as much as he wanted to. But then he still managed to. They still saw his passion. They still saw his talent on the pitch, and it was enough to pull him out of that environment and turn him into a global star that he is today.
There is a dump site. Me and my friends used to go there to look for some pair of shoes. When you get the right leg, it's this brand, and you get the left leg, is the other brand. You just put everything together, you take it home, you wash it, you put it in the sun, and then the next day you can use it to play.
Rewind back to when I joined the under-17, when I first went to the camp. In my own mentality, I felt the coach didn't like me because I don't know why, but for me, I thought he didn't like me and something like that. And every time he would speak to me, he would yell at me on the pitch, he would do so many things to me. But for me, I thought maybe he was suffering me or making me to suffer or something like that. So there was a time when I wanted to leave the camp. I wanted to leave, and I spoke to the coordinator, and he would tell me to be calm and patient, that the coach knows what he's doing. So for me, I think when you have chosen this part, you have to be disciplined. Discipline is the first thing. Whether you have a coach or you don't have a coach guiding you, I think discipline is the first thing. And I'm really happy I went through Coach Emmanuel Amuneke. He really, everything I am today, everything I would be in the future, I attribute almost half of my success to him. Whatever I've achieved, he really set my path. He really makes me to understand life is not all about talent.
Seeing him in 2015 during the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Chile, it was also easy to connect his story with other Nigerian strikers who have played in that tournament, because
you understand, he gave his best 100%. You understand, he's someone that he don't like losing. He's someone that always he like winning. You know, so Osimhen give his heart. You know, Osimhen is a hard-working person, and Osimhen is the kind of player that club, national team, you will love to have that kind of player.
It was Victor Osimhen, and from the first match up until the final, he kept fighting, he kept playing for the team, and he kept scoring goals, which eventually put him out there as well. He finished the tournament with 10 goals as the highest goal scorer, and Nigeria also won the tournament for a 5th record time. His 10 goals at that tournament is still the tournament record till today. It has not been broken by anybody.
In his childhood, you understand, in his mind, you work hard, you understand, and then is someone that you will see him, you know, working very, very hard.
Osimhen! Whoa!
C'est le secteur favori, Osimhen qui va vite. Et Osimhen qui marque son premier but au championnat de France.
In area alza il pallone, secondo palo Osimhen, in area Osimhen! Che gol! Victor Osimhen!
Well, I think I'm happy, just like I'm every day seeing him, what he's doing with the team in Turkey, Galatasaray. So I'm happy, and for any young player, that inspired to, to be recognized and show his quality, having the opportunity to first of all, being spotted by Napoli. I think he was in France. He went to Germany. Unfortunately, he was in the process of adaptation. From Germany, I think he went to Belgium. Then from Belgium, he went to France, and then from France, and that was where the big movement came for him when Napoli came, and when he went to Napoli,
Did not say this. He was capable of pressing an entire defense to steal many balls, and sometimes these balls became goals just because of his physical structure and because of his mind. He's not maybe a gifted player, speaking about the technique aspect.
...21 novembre 2021 è il giorno dell'inizio della storia di un eroe mascherato, Victor Osimhen. Attimi di paura durante quel Inter-Napoli, attraverso uno scontro di gioco con Milan Skriniar, il nigeriano maturò una serie di fratture multiple al volto che l'hanno poi portato a indossare una maschera prodotta dal dottor Ruggiero, che vive vicino a Napoli, e che poi ha portato anche nel corso della sua carriera. È stata in qualche modo una maschera da eroe, è stata la sua maschera per diventare Super Victor, e infatti da allora non l'ha più lasciata e ha iniziato, eccola qui, quella che è la leggenda di Victor Osimhen.
Elmacık kemiği kırıldı 2021 yılında Osimhen'in. Bu elmacık kemiğinin hemen arkasında sinüs dediğimiz yapılar var. Üst tarafında hemen göz çukuru var. Göz çukurunun içinde hem gözün yapısı hem oradaki göz sinirleri var. Arkadan beyne de uzanıyor. Bir beyin travması da yaşatabilir. En korktuğumuz sakatlıklardan biri. Futbol hayatını bırakın, hayatı da etkilenebilir futbolcunun. Göz çukurumuz burası. Bu bölgede olan bir kırık. Buraya çeşitli plaklar, vidalar, şu gördüğünüz titanyumdan yapılmış özel plak ve vidalarla burası tekrardan oluşturuluyor. Tabii siz buradan dışarıyı görüyorsunuz ama içerisinde bunun özel çukurlar var. O çukurlar çok önemli. Bu vidaları gönderirken o özel yapılara zarar vermemek gerekiyor. Dolayısıyla uzun süren bir ameliyat. Orada yapacağınız en ufak bir hata, cerrahinin oluşturacağı bir hata bu sefer başka sıkıntılara yol açabilir. Aynı şekilde dönmesi gerçekten çok çok değerli. Bu psikolojisinin çok sağlam olduğunu gösteriyor.
I had the luck to know him. I worked about Napoli stories when Osimhen was here, and it's a pleasure for me to.
Capo cannoniere numero 9, Victor!
Something broke on the season 23-24.
I think the worst kept secret was the transfer from Napoli to Galatasaray. Back home in Nigeria, we followed it like bread and butter, if you know what I mean. our biggest exports in recent times, going through what he was going through in Napoli. The fans that used to love him don't love him anymore. He's keep training and all the rest. What we did in Nigeria was to pray for him, because this is our precious diamond. We don't want anything to happen to him.
Something happened with the TikTok profile of the club. He was not happy about how Napoli worked on his social TikTok profile. It was hard to believe, but for what I understood, he really...
Because of me, I work with him, you understand, for almost now 12 years, and I know him very well. Osimhen is somebody that respects himself, and then he wants people, you understand, he gives people to respect. But he's somebody that, you know, his yes is yes, his no is no, you understand. And then Osimhen is somebody that, for me, you know, that I work with him, you understand, I would say Osimhen is even cool-headed person. Because of many things that will happen, you know, Osimhen will tell you that, don't worry, let's go, you know.
Okan Buruk beni arayarak sana bir insan olarak, bir teknik direktör olarak ve bir baba olarak seni kulübümde istediğini söylemek için buradayım. Ve biliyorum ki bu taraftar seni çok sevecek. Senin için her şeyi yapacaklar. Zor bir dönemden geçtiğin zamanlarda bile bu kulüp arkanda olacak dedi.
Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. Here we go.
Yunus indiriyor. Osimhen rövaşata ve gol.
Sarı kırmızılı taraftarın sevgilisi Victor Osimhen tekrardan çıkış yaptı. Yoğun bir sevginin olduğunu ifade edelim.
Galatasaray taraftarına o çok merak ettiği üçlüyü çektiriyor Nijeryalı yıldız. Galatasaray taraftarı herhalde bu gece çok mutlu uyuyacak, belki de uyumayacak biliyor.
Oyununda Galatasaray atkısıyla birlikte Victor Osimhen İstanbul'da.
Birçok transfere tanıklık ettik, karşıladık ama bu kadar basın ordusunun, taraftarın ve polis kortejinin olduğu bir transfer görmedik açıkçası.
Victor Osimhen Galatasaray'da bonservisiyle birlikte Galatasaray'da ilk üçlü geliyor.
Hayal ettik, hayalleri gerçekleştirdik. Osimhen'i almak Türkiye'deki insanlar değil, dünyada kimse inanmadı buna. Yani biz Osimhen'i karşı kulüp 100 milyon lira teklif ederken Osimhen 90 milyon teklif vardı. Osimhen 100 milyon söyleseler gitmeyeceğim, Galatasaray'a geleceğim. Bunu nasıl başardık? Bir tek biz başarmadık. Taraftarlarımız, buradaki sevgi bunu başardı.
I arrived in Istanbul. I never seen this in my life before. One of the staff of the club said, when you go outside, you're gonna see so many of them there. And I'm like, huh? You mean the fans? He said, yeah, there are a lot of them waiting for you outside. And then when I went there, it's incredible. So for me, when I saw this, it's just like a fresh breeze, you know, came over me.
İtalya'dan başkanımı aradığım zaman, başkanım son teklifi yapıyorum, 40 milyon peşin, diğerinde 2 taksit verip geliyorum. Ama büyük ihtimal Suudi Arabistan bununla ilgili yani farklı kulüpler 100 milyonla seviyelerine çıkacak dedim. O da bana inandı gerçekten, başkanım tamam dedi, ver gel dedi. Ve dedi, o gün biz onu verdiğimiz an dünya basını konuşmaya başladı bunu. Onlar bizden teminat mektubu istediler. Nakit paraya bile mektup istediler. Sağ olsun başkanım gerçekten şirketinden direkt teminatı verdi. Bunu herkes yapabilecek şeye sahip değil. Bu çok önemli bir şey.
When a player is being recognized and being cheered and being valued by the fans of where he is playing, and I think he's going to Turkey, also has opened a lot of doors and has opened a lot of things for him, and I'm glad that there's a mutual relationship between the player and the fans are always there, to cheer him up. The fans they recognize his childhood journey, and they were able, to retract that memory.
The love the fans showed him on arrival It was a marvelous support from the fans and from the love from the fans.
If you count number 9 in the wall, you understand, you can't count 5 and then you did not mention Osimhen because of he can score goals. If you give him, a chance, you understand, it's finished. Osimhen will finish you.
And Galatasaray turned out to be, for me, the best thing to happen to Victor Osimhen. It's one phase of his life that he doesn't want to remember in a hurry. I tell you, it was a terrible period for him. But thank God that Turkey, Galatasaray, believed, trusted in him, and here we are today, and he's giving them value for money.
Osimhen has always been somebody that has been lucky with love because of the community where he came from, where love existed. It's existing. So when he saw a greater love.
For what I know, Galatasaray is really happy with him. So now it's a good memory from Napoli fans.
Before Osimhen, a lot of Nigerians, have played in Turkey, and they have always developed that good relationship with the community in Turkey where they live, where they play, and seeing Osimhen, doing the same and having that relationship.
He's going to Galatasaray, even though he's not the first to go to Galatasaray. A lot of Nigerian players have been there before. I changed the thinking, the narrative about football in Turkey. He has taken a lot of Nigerians to Turkey, and of course, the average Nigerian football fan follows the Turkish league so well. Yes, it never used to be like that. We have a culture in Turkey with Aluche, but I can tell you, none has had the impact that Victor Osimhen has had. Turkish football, I tell you, the average football fan in Nigeria knows about Turkey. We even know about your economy as we speak now, no thanks to that move to Galatasaray, that we are still thanking in Nigeria for giving our boy an opportunity.
Osimhen transferi bize çok şey kattı. Yani onun gibi böyle bir futbolcumuz olduğu için çok mutluyuz. Hukukumuzun karşılığını aldık.
You have to work hard, you have to be disciplined, you have to listen to the coach's instruction. Neither on the pitch or off the pitch. I think other players also that played under him can testify, not just me. So I think if anyone is choosing a path, be it football, be it a musical career thing or something like that, I think the first thing is to be disciplined and to know what you're doing, to set your mind and what you want to achieve your goal. I think the first will be discipline, I think, for me.
Osimhen aangenomen. Osimhen! Jawel hoor.
And it's scored by the danger man, Victor Osimhen.
Et Osimhen qui égalise.
Victor Osimhen!
Osimhen! Osimhen bir rövaşata golü daha. Osimhen!
As a player, as a striker, who is your role model?
Didier Drogba. Because he's the kind
Well, you're not as big as him.
Of course. Yeah, because he's the kind of player I would like to be as a player and as a person. Because if Drogba is playing, you always want to win, and that is the mentality I've always had since.
I mean, with the kind of love, the fans have been showing me since I arrived here to this club, I think I'm ready to go to war with this team, with pain, if I'm allowed to, because I really love these fans. I love this club, and I've said it countless times. So, for me, anytime I'm called upon to play, I will always give my best. Together, we will go on top. We continue to put GALA on top of the world, as they have always been. I think they're actually one of the reasons, or should I say the reasons why I give so much for this jersey. The reason why I will always, love this club. The fans have always been the symbol of this club.
Osimhen getting the wrong side of Smalling.
Osimhen!
Life is not all about talent.
Teşekkürler. Solo Igala.